What if a fallen angel cast out for rebellion could be forgiven by God himself? Picture a heavenly courtroom, a trembling angel, and a story of mercy no one saw coming. This is Sariel's tale, a journey from darkness to light that might just give you hope. Ready for a story that'll shake your soul? Let's dive in. A mystery from heaven's halls. Imagine standing in a courtroom not of earth but of heaven. The air glows with light, thrones stretch beyond the stars, and in the center sits the Creator, his eyes blazing with love and justice. Before him kneels an angel, once radiant, now faded, his wings tattered from rebellion. Every other angel who dared defy God was banished forever, their names erased from eternity. But this one is different. His name is Sariel, and he's the only fallen angel God ever forgave. Why him? What did he do to earn mercy when no one else could? And what does his story mean for us? Because if God can redeem an angel who fell from heaven, maybe there's hope for you and me too. Welcome to Bible Mysteries, where we uncover the hidden stories of God's Word, the ones they didn't teach you in Sunday school. Today we're stepping into a tale that starts before the world began, plunges into the shadows of rebellion, and rises to a moment of grace that changed heaven forever. This isn't just a story. It is a reminder that no one is too far gone for God is love. So grab a seat, open your heart, and let's journey into the unknown. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a dive into the deep waters of faith. An angel forgiven when all others were lost? What made Sariel so special? Keep listening. The answer will hit you hard. Sariel's calling. The Watcher of the Moon. Before the first sunrise kissed the Garden of Eden, before a single human breath echoed through the world, heaven was alive with purpose. Angels moved like stars, each with a role in God's grand design. Among them was Sariel, not a warrior like Michael or a messenger like Gabriel, but a watcher, a guardian of creation's order. Picture him, not the loudest or strongest, but with eyes that seemed to see beyond time itself, quiet and deep, like a still lake reflecting the heavens. God gave Sariel two sacred tasks: to guide the moon's gentle dance, keeping time flowing as the Creator planned, and to watch over the spirits of humanity, their invisible, eternal flames. From heaven's edge, Sariel gazed at the newborn earth. He saw Adam and Eve wandering through Eden's lush forests, their laughter pure. He watched children splash in crystal streams, fearless, and men carve tools from stone, learning to shape their world. Each night as the moon rose, Sariel marked its cycle, knowing it guided humanity's seasons, planting, harvesting, living. But something stirred in him, something not all angels felt: compassion. He didn't just see humans as part of God's plan, he saw their pain. Mothers cradling sick children, farmers lost in storms, hearts breaking under hunger's weight. His chest ached with their struggles, a love that would change everything. Why would an angel care so much for humans? The next moment might break your heart. Sariel's role was clear: observe, don't interfere. God's command was firm: angels were to stay separate. Their knowledge too powerful for humanity's young hearts. Like fire, it could warm or destroy depending on the timing. But whispers began among the watchers, soft at first, in heaven's glowing courts. Why stand so far away? Some asked. We could teach them, protect them, share what we know. Sariel tried to silence the doubts, but one night, watching a mother pray over her fevered child, he wavered. The cure was simple: a plant's leaves crushed and steeped, yet it was forbidden. For the first time, Sariel questioned God's rule, and a crack formed in his heart. A single question that could cost him everything. What happens when an angel doubts? Stay with me. This gets intense. The watchers' whispers grew louder, and Sariel found himself drawn to their secret gatherings. The Book of Enoch, an ancient text not in the Bible but cherished by early Jews and Christians, tells of 200 watchers who rebelled, led by Shemihaza. Though not scripture, it paints a vivid picture of their fall, naming Sariel among them, 1 Enoch 6:7. Were they real, or was this a story to warn of pride? Either way, Sariel's tale, woven from these traditions, feels alive. Imagine him standing on Mount Hermon, its peak brushing the stars, as Shemihaza's voice thundered, "We can end their pain. Let's descend as men. Teach them, guide them. If we swear an oath, we share the consequences." Sariel's heart raced, torn between duty and love. He thought of that dying child. He swore the oath. An angel's oath to defy heaven? What happens next will leave you speechless. The fall, a rain of living stars. That night the watchers fell like a shower of stars, their light blazing across the sky. Humans ran to Mount Hermon, awestruck, as 200 angels stood before them, their forms like men but their eyes burning with celestial fire. The people didn't fear. They reached out in wonder. Sariel knelt in the dirt, breathing Earth's air for the first time, its scent rich and alive. He taught them to track the moon, to plant by its phases, to heal with herbs. Around their fires, he shared stories of the stars, his voice soft but alive with heaven's echoes. For a moment it felt right, like he was bridging heaven and earth, teaching humans heaven's secrets, beautiful or dangerous. The truth is darker than you think, but not all the Watchers' gifts were pure. Some taught war, forging weapons that turned brother against brother. Others shared dark arts, twisting human hearts with pride and greed. The world began to change. Innocence faded, replaced by ambition, violence, chaos. One night Sariel saw it. A village once filled with laughter, now shadowed by fear. Men fought over land, children went hungry, and the knowledge he'd shared was twisted into tools of power. His heart broke. Had he caused this? The Book of Enoch speaks of the Watchers' sin, birthing Nephilim, giants who ravaged the earth, 1 Enoch 7. Whether myth or truth, the story captures a fall from grace, and Sariel felt its weight. A world spiraling into chaos because of angels. Sariel's next choice will change everything. Alone under the stars, Sariel fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. "What have I done?" he whispered. The heavens were silent, but his heart screamed for mercy. Unlike the others who embraced their rebellion, Sariel turned back. He begged God's forgiveness, not for his own sake, but for the humans he'd harmed. The Book of Enoch doesn't tell of Sariel's redemption, but our story imagines it, a moment when one angel's humility broke through heaven's silence. God's voice, vast and gentle, spoke, "Sariel, you fell, but your heart seeks me. Return to the earth, not as a teacher but as a servant. Prove your love through deeds, not words. Forgiven but not free. What does God ask of a fallen angel? The answer will tug at your heart." Sariel's redemption, a servant's path. Sariel's wings were gone, his light dimmed, but his purpose was clear. He walked the earth, unseen, a wanderer among humanity. From village to village, he tended the sick, guided the lost, whispered courage to the hopeless. Sometimes he entered dreams, planting seeds of faith. Other times, he walked beside the lonely, a silent presence until they found home. Picture him in a desert, helping a nomad find water, or in a marketplace, nudging a merchant to show kindness. His acts were small, but they carried heaven's weight. The moon, his old charge, became his reminder, no light of its own, only reflecting the sun's glory. Sariel was the same, shining only with God's grace. An angel working in secret, changing lives one act at a time. The next encounter will chill you. One night, under a full moon's silver glow, a voice cut through the silence, cold, bitter, familiar. A fallen watcher, chained in spirit, sneered, "You're still one of us, Sariel. You broke God's law." Sariel stood firm, his voice steady. "I fell, but I was forgiven. Mercy is a strength you'll never know." The figure vanished, unable to face the light Sariel now carried. That light grew with every act of service, every heart he touched. Centuries passed, and Sariel's quiet work wove threads of hope through a broken world, proving redemption wasn't a moment, but a journey. A fallen angel standing against darkness, his final mission will leave you in awe. Sariel's story draws from apocryphal texts like Wad Enoch, which names him among the Watchers, 1 Enoch 20-2, and Jewish traditions that assign angels roles like guiding the moon. Though not biblical, these stories reflect a hunger to understand divine mercy, echoing scriptures like Psalm 51-17. "A broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise." Imagine Sariel, once a rebel, now a servant, his every step a testament to God's grace. What would it feel like to know your mistakes could be redeemed, not by power but by love? If God can forgive an angel, what could he do for you? The final chapter will hit home. The final mission, a child's faith. One night God's voice came again, clear and strong. Sariel, one last task awaits. Far in the north, in a land locked in winter, a village had turned from God. Violence ruled, kindness was dead, trust was gone. But one heart still flickered, a girl of 8, orphaned, cared for by strangers who saw her as a burden. Every night she prayed, her voice a whisper, God, send someone. Sariel's mission was simple yet heavy. Protect her, guide her, let her faith light the way. He traveled north, his steps silent on the snow, drawn to her faint but steady prayers, like a candle in a storm. A child's prayer in a frozen village. Can one angel change everything? Keep watching. This gets intense. Sariel couldn't appear in glory. It would terrify them. He became a quiet traveler, helping in small ways, fixing roofs, carrying water, leaving firewood in the night. To the girl, he was a friend, telling stories of love, forgiveness, courage, not as rules, but as a way of life. Her faith grew, and something miraculous happened. Her kindness spread. A neighbor shared food, another offered a smile. The village began to thaw, hearts softening like ice in spring. Sariel watched, his heart swelling, seeing God's light through a child's courage. A village transformed by one girl's faith. The climax will leave you breathless. Then disaster struck. A fire roared through the village, flames leaping in the wind. The girl was trapped in her hut. Sariel moved faster than thought, pushing through the blaze, shielding her with his body. He carried her to safety, her small frame clinging to him as she coughed in the snow. For a moment, she saw his true form, eyes like fire, wings faint but glowing. "You're an angel," she whispered. Sariel smiled softly. "No, just someone God forgave." And he vanished into the night. An angel risking all for one life? The final moment will change how you see mercy. Return to the throne, a place restored. God's voice called, "It is finished." Sariel felt a pull, not down but up, toward home. He stood before the throne again, no fear in his heart. The Creator's eyes met his and he spoke. "Well done, Sariel. You were faithful in small things, guarding with love, not power. Your place is secure." Heaven's halls erupted in light as Sariel took his place among the redeemed, not because he never fell, but because he sought mercy and lived it. The angels sang, their voices shaking the stars, a song of grace that echoed through eternity. A redeemed angel back in heaven? What this means for you will hit deep. Sariel's story, though woven from apocryphal threads, carries biblical truth. Hebrews 4:16 invites us to approach God's throne of grace with confidence, just as Sariel did. His journey, from watcher to rebel to servant, mirrors our own. We've all crossed lines, wandered into darkness, felt unworthy. But Sariel's life screams a truth the enemy hates. It is never too late to turn back. If God can forgive a fallen angel, he can forgive you. Imagine standing before that throne, not in fear but in hope, knowing mercy is stronger than your mistakes. If an angel can find redemption, what's stopping you? The final message will stay with you. Hope for the fallen Sariel's story isn't just about an angel, it's about us. It's about the moments we've fallen, the times we've felt too far gone, and the truth that God's mercy reaches even the furthest heart. From the heights of Mount Hermon to a snowy village, Sariel learned that redemption isn't earned by power, but by a humble heart. His journey through rebellion, service, and grace shows us there's hope, no matter how deep the fall. This is Bible Mysteries, where we uncover stories that stir the soul and point to God's endless love. Think you're beyond forgiveness? Sariel's story says otherwise. Share your thoughts below. This could change someone's life. What part of Sariel's journey hit you hardest? Do you believe God's mercy can reach anyone? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if this story moved you, and subscribe for more journeys into the hidden corners of faith. Check out my channel for other tales of biblical wonder, or visit my website for resources to deepen your walk with God. Until next time, keep seeking, keep hoping, And remember, no one is too far for God's grace. Stay curious,